been a really difficult spell before coming into this game. You must have been a bit worried when you went behind, but how pleased were you with the way the team responded in the difficult circumstances? I can't hear him.
Yeah.
Hear me now? Yeah, no, it was a poor start, Jacob. It's like I'm in a spacesuit here. And we had to pick ourselves up, and we did do. I've got to say, there was long parts of the first half we sort of got good control and maybe needed to create some better chances, and we did do. But getting back in at 2-1 was really important to us, and I thought we deserved it as well when we went in at half time. We had done enough to be in front, but still looking for that little bit more quality in a lot of the things we do.
Yeah, people who've seen a lot of West Ham previous generations might have thought, they kind of fold in these kind of circumstances. This group seems to be different. Do you think that kind of comes through in the way they come back today?
Yeah, I hope that's changing, Jacob. I'm demanding really higher levels, and I'm wanting that to show in how we play. And we done it today with goals. I think our play could have been better, and it has been better. But the one thing they have got is they've got a big resilience about them, and they've got a toughness about them. They know that we're not accepting them rolling over. And today the biggest thing for me was for us to play a game sort of 48 hours ago. I don't know how many hours ago it was, 72 hours out, or was it? And be ready to go again and score 4 goals away from home. And let's be fair, I know Watford have had COVID, but they've also had a period where there's been a chance for recovery as well. So, a lot of teams at this time of the year would love to have had a couple of weeks off so that you wouldn't want COVID, but, a chance to spread your games out a little bit more. But we've had to batter on, and as you well know, we're short with injuries as well at the moment.
Thanks, Jacob. Gary Cottrell with Sky. David, Gary, you're on mute.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Gary, I got you now.
Oh, yeah. Is that Ben with you, David?
Sorry?
Is that Ben with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Might ask him this question about the VAR.
Yeah, well, I've looked at it. I've looked at the decision, and I'll be worried if the referees are going back to soft free kicks like they did a year ago. I thought they'd get rid of that now. I really do. I was amazed at how it was after seeing it. Oh, obviously in the game, I didn't know. I accepted the referee's decision and VAR's decision, but now I've had a chance to see it. I just cannot believe that that's the level of free kicks they're now given back in the Premier League. It's such a soft free kick to give. I believe we'd moved on from that, but looks like they're right back in it now.
And no question in your mind about the penalty decision?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jared Bowen does great. He toe pokes it away from the goalkeeper. It's very hard. It's not harsh, the decision, but it's a penalty because then he takes Jared Bowen and not the ball. It's just Jared Bowen gets there in front, and that's the way it is. If you get the ball first now, certainly on a goalkeeper, it tends to be that it's given as a penalty. So I thought it was a penalty, yeah.
I don't know whether you know, but that's 22 wins for West Ham this calendar year, the most they've achieved in the top flight since before you and I were both born. So there's really something to be proud of the whole year, as opposed to just today.
Look, the players have done a brilliant job this year. Last year, just after January, we sort of kicked into gear a little bit and started going in a good run. We moved ourselves up the league a little bit, and it looked like we had a chance of Europe, which we went on to qualify for the first time for a long, long time at West Ham. And, with a good pre-season, we kicked off this season really well. So I've got to say the players have done a remarkable job in where they've come in a year. But even if you look at it from 2 years, in this year we're now getting talked about a team sort of competing around the top half of the league. 2 years ago we're getting talked about a team who were competing around the bottom. So we're enjoying this position much better. And as I said, we've got a lot to do. We've got to improve them. We're at standards again. We've got to up what we're doing, and we're going to have to play better than we did today. But it was a good win away from home.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Adrian, Daily Mail.
David, can I just get a few words from you on Mark Noble's performance and the kind of influence you fully had today out there on the pitch?
He gave me the performance I really hoped, and he gave me the leadership and the quality which I hoped that he could bring from being someone who's had so many games round the club, knew what it meant, knew that we've been a wee bit of a sticky period, and he handled it no problem, you know. And I thought that overall he was probably as good as anybody on the pitch today, with how he performed and the way he led the team. So I have to give him big plaudits for it. He's had to sit behind sort of Declan and Thomas a bit more this year, but I think there is games that will suit Mark, and I thought today's could possibly suit him.
Thank you. Cheers, David.
Thanks, Adrian. Shane, did you want one? I know you can't use the hands up, so.
Yeah, okay, David.
Yep.
Yeah, got you.
David, just a word on Jared's performance. He was really good today. How impressed have you been with the improvement this season?
Yeah, I thought Jared played very well today. I mean, his assists were really important to us. I thought his link-up play, and he looked a lot cleaner, and a lot of his football actions and his build-up as well today. He had good combination with Vladimir on the right-hand side, especially in the first half. They had some good play. But I think him making the goals for us today was a sign of his maturity and, you know, getting better with his last pass or his final decision. I think, if I'm being fair, I think Jared's probably the forward who's probably given us a bit more good standards in recent games. I think he's the one who's kept that up, and I'm glad because we've needed him.
And it's been reported quite a bit now that Bowen's been on the brink of a few England call-ups. I just wonder, for you as manager, how nice is it that West Ham is not just Rice now producing both sort of England caliber performances?
Well, I'd love it if Jared Bowen was. I think the competition in that position, you know, the players who play off the right for England, off the top of my head, Sancho, Greenwood, Sterling might play off the right, you know, Rashford might. I think the real level of the players, and there's probably a few more I've forgotten to mention there, I think that's probably where Jared's found it really difficult, the level of competition. But you know, something is, he's come from the Championship, and I think he's the biggest compliment I can give him is I think people see him now as a Premier League player, and I think that says a lot of how he's developed. And we want him to get more goals, we want him to keep assists. But I agree with Shane. I thought he played well today. Jared really did.
And last question for me, David. I thought it was nice that every West Ham player on the field embraced Vlasic when he scored. You know, that you got that all-important first goal. How happy are you with his contribution?
I think it's felt like a big weight for us all that he got a goal, because it's something I have to say he is showing really good finishing in the work we do. If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't say it. He showed really good finishing, that he can score. He's got he's accurate, he's got power, but he's not really got himself in a chance or an opportunity to score. Today, I've got to say Jared made it very easy for him, but ultimately, hopefully it'll help Nicky, and it was good the players understood how much it meant to him.
Thanks, everyone. We'll leave it there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.